Yes, y'all. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Reasonable Dialogue podcast with your girls. It's your girl, DJ Miss Milan.
It's your girl Jazz.
And it's your girl, Young Smeed.
And welcome to the condo, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back. We miss y'all. I know we had skipped the week due to the holidays. Everyone was real turnt. So we had to give grace and give rest to the fact that, you know what I'm saying, we had a busy weekend, a busy weekend. And we had another busy weekend this last weekend for me personally with the gigs that I had. Truly and honestly just want to say, first and foremost, I love us Black people. There's not another day that I would personally say I would rather be another race. I would never want to wake up and play and be a part of a production of the Swap movie and I become another race. I would absolutely kick my feet in terror and fear if I was anything else but a beautiful Black woman, specifically a Black woman, I must say.
Okay.
Despite the world and their hatred for us in this disery, I will say that Black women are the most beautiful, dopest, finest, just everything of a creature. And I say that because I got the honor of DJing the Fine Wine series this past weekend. And shout out to the good guys over there at the Fine Wine series doing something that I feel like is a really dope thing, and I just want to highlight them really quick. You know, some Black excellence type shit because they really threw an event at City Field which featured a bunch of like different wine cellars and things of that nature. Like it was damn near a wine convention, if you will. But the beautiful part about it is majority of it was Black wine owners, and just the fact that so many people dressed up in their fine Versace. Shout out to Nene Leaks. Everyone looks really good. Everyone looked really,
Yeah.
really good. You know what I'm saying? Like shout out to my good sis Jazz. She was in the building as well too. You know, it was just really good to see that. And I just say that us Black people, when we show up, we really, really show out. And I really appreciated seeing us so dressed up and well versed and just, you know, having a good time too. You know, I was a part of a beautiful lineup with Jermaine Dupri headlining, and the fact that we got to experience so many hits of his, it was like, damn, my nigga, like you could chill out now. We get the point. We get the
No
point.
facts. It was hits after hits, and y'all know. Some of y'all know. I will not only take a bullet for my sis. I will take a bullet for Soup, Goldie. Shout out to them. That was a part of the lineup as well. And when I tell you, like, not even just saying it because she's my sis, like, but it was very quiet storm. You know, when we entered the room, I love our Blackness. I love the ways we show up. We can be in our quiet storm area. You know, some sections were originally given very like Greenleaf. I don't know if y'all seen the show Greenleaf, but I felt it and I was like, oh, I am on some upper echelon, you know, like just love a sea of Blackness. But when I tell you what I love about Blackness is just our variety and just so much. And when Milan hit that stage, she came with that Ashton Martin Summerfield, that Maybach music. I was like my spirit
Yeah.
just like lit up. It is a blessing to not only see your friends and their element and you know people you consider family in their element, but to literally see them at the height of their craft. And I know Milan, you got more milestones you want to reach, but like it is really an honor to like see you grow, help you in any way I can. Like that brings me so much joy.
Thank you, sister.
And yeah, the event and the energy yesterday was amazing. And I'm just so honored to just, you know, watch y'all journeys and just, you know, be a part of it as well. Cause I feel like as young Black people and young Black professionals and creatives, you know, like there's going to be a lot that comes at us when we have this light. But the fact that like you stand so tall in your light and just, you know, just is always just high off amazing energy. Mwah. Chef's kiss to you.
Ah, thank you, sister. I appreciate that.
Yesterday
You
was
know,
amazing. It really
it
is.
was.
About being Black, I love that you mentioned like being a Black woman, because I used to say this in grad school all the time. Like, if someone was to ask me, like, what do you identify first, like Black or woman? I identify with both, but I always say I'm identified as Black first because before my parents knew what child they were having, they knew they were having a Black child first. They knew they would have to prepare this world for a Black child. So yes, I enjoy being a Black woman, and I don't know what I would do if I wasn't Black. I don't know. So yes, this was a fabulous time. But aside from that, how's everyone feeling? It's the homegirl check-in time. I want to check in with my homegirls. How y'all feeling right now?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling really good. I don't know. I'm in a really
Oh,
good space.
damn. I was
But
about to see bad news. Like,
nah, I'm in a really good space. I'm like cultivating friendships. I'm starting new endeavors at work and my personal career. Like I'm just like I think I'm in a space now where I just feel like I'm just doing whatever that is on my spirit. Like I feel like for a long time I kind of just box myself into what I think would work rather than the things that are like calling me. Um because I get in my head too much. Like I feel like I think of all the things that could possibly go wrong and then I just don't want to do certain shit versus thinking about everything that could go right and then just trying it. And I think a lot of that is due to like I would say in my early 20s, I was doing a lot of different shit creatively and a lot of it didn't stick. And when things don't work out in your favor enough times, you start telling yourself like certain shit is just never gonna work. So when you pursue things later in your career, I feel like for me personally, I'm always kind of reminded of everything that didn't work in the past. And that kind of stands like it's usually a barrier to what I want to do in the future. And I think over the last couple of weeks, I've been kind of like chipping away at that barrier and just trying shit. And everything I've been trying has been clicking. So it's like, all right, I see you, God.
Okay, shout out to God.
exactly. Exactly. I feel like that is so important, especially in your adulthood where it is almost like imperative to keep that childlike mindset
Yes.
of just trying things. When you believe that you could fly, you believe that you could be a doctor, you believe that you could be an astronaut, like whatever your dream was as a child, we had that belief and there was nothing that stopped us until we got into this like adulthood of, I guess, quote unquote reality and how the world will kick your ass and make you feel like, okay, I have to conform to the norms. But no. And I love that you're actually just doing that and just giving yourself that freedom, which I think is super, super important. So congratulations on that. I love that. Super,
Thank
super love that.
you. And I really just want to say too, like I'm sure he listens, but shout out to my best friend because a lot of it, if I have to be completely honest, like he's been speaking a lot of life into me over the last couple of weeks and just like the things that I'm doing and essentially persuading me to do them and stop kind of like doubting myself. And it's just crazy because like a lot of stuff that he almost he's kind of been my manager in some sense where it's just like he kind of shapes my ideas into like a sharper version of them and then speaks life over them so that I'm doing the ideas that I have the best way possible and doing them consistently because I believe in it now. And I
Mm.
hate to say like I don't want to act like I don't believe in myself without him, but I'm not gonna like I would be lying if I didn't say that a lot of the things that he's been saying to me haven't been helping me just lean in. And I think I'm really grateful for his friendship because I think I needed to connect with him for a
I
real.
love it. I love it. Look, ain't nothing wrong with a little extra muscle.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
That's how I did. Like,
Somebody cue Kelly Rowland's motivation. Sometimes you need
yeah.
the baby that may be a motivation. No, but
Y'all are
no.
so funny.
I feel like that is important and that's key, especially in this adulthood of us, which brings me to the question that I want to ask during this homegirl check-in, right? When was the moment that you realized that you were actually like an official adult? Like, okay, it hit me. I'm an adult when this thing happened.
I'm be honest with the group. I'm be honest. It's been hitting me a couple times over the last like 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
It hit me. It hit me last night. It hit me yesterday. It hit me. It hit me yesterday. But As a Capricorn, I will say, and I've had to work on this, shout out to New York Tiffany Pollard. I originally thought I came out the womb an adult. I don't know if that's a Capricorn thing. Like, we just have this feeling of like responsibility and honor and loyal and integrity and, just being straightforward. And I don't know, I feel like as a kid, I felt like I was an adult. Then as I got in the real world, I realized like, oh my God, no, like not yet. But I will say there have been experiences, and I want to again shout out my sis Yan too, and my amazing sisters also in my life, like Nia, Daria, so many amazing women, Tati, so many of y'all that really like hold me accountable in terms of like staying committed to my personal growth and my personal development. There are moments where I'm not gonna sit here and act like, oh, I realized I was an adult 10 years ago, and then I've just been so like adulty ever since. No, like not a thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's moments where I have to remind myself, like, no, you are an adult. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so grateful for the solid women in my life who not only remind me that I'm an adult and it's okay to have moments where you may like raise an eyebrow raise because you're like, wait a minute, I don't know if I felt tested there or what that was, but that part of me that is not an adult would have reacted this way to that. But I'm an adult now. I can't react or respond to ways that I would have when I was, on the playing field. So to your point, sis, because I'm not playing no more. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm very like dead ass when it comes to my respect, my people, and just my overall love for blackness in general, and just like us really, staying committed to love, high vibrations, like all of that. But there are moments where I do have to remind myself, like you are not the girl that was in Cleveland having to survive, fight for her life, some days. You're out of that. And I feel like there is a part of my spirit in my core, as much as I am to Jan's point, like, Jazz, you're so love and light. I think there is a part of my love and lightness as, I've grown that comes with a lot of scrappiness because I'm so passionate. But I've kind of learned to channel that, I don't know, scrappiness, like, into just love and nurturing. Like, I am really a nurturer at my core. So when I feel like something is being taken out of that, it's like, whoa, let's regulate the energy and remind yourself that you are a grown ass, badass woman. You know what I'm saying? That is, on a journey, and that's okay. And you don't have to feel bad about it. But I hope I answered the question.
I will say too on that point. I think because I'm a Capricorn too, and I feel like, granted, I hate to say that because I don't feel like Capricorns are defined by X, Y, and Z. But a lot of things you say, I definitely resonate with. But I feel like it's not always about channeling it into love. Sometimes you need to channel it into assertiveness. Like I think
Yes.
yeah, like I think sometimes, and it took me a really long time to get to the place where I feel more assertive and I feel confident in just being real straightforward. And actually, I'm not saying LOL because it's not a funny matter. Like this is how I feel about it. And
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There is no LOL. There's no smiley
There's
face
no
emoji,
LOL,
nothing.
yeah.
Like this, I'm dead ass. What are we talking about?
Right.
And I think as somebody who naturally wants to be like loving and the light and all of that, like I just feel like sometimes it's hard for us to be more assertive and straightforward and just kind of stand on our boundaries. And I think that is what's going to be your challenge as you develop as a person, is more so just going to be figuring out your way. Like when you feel tried, you don't always have to channel it into love. Like you sometimes have to be like, yeah, no, you're playing in my face. And here's what you're not going to do.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I think for me personally, which I would say makes a lot of sense, and when I knew that I was like an adult, which number one, on the emotional tip, I would say the emotional regulation that I have to, number one, have the boundaries and the awareness to identify that I'm not being aggressive in this certain instance. I'm actually being assertive and I'm just asserting my boundaries in this scenario. And people will project on you. So also knowing how to handle people's projections in that way really made me feel like, okay, I'm doing this adulting kind of good in this emotional state. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not crashing out as much as a lot of people may be doing. I'm not having a lot of midlife crises or whatever the case may be, which I don't think I'm even at the age to really have a real life midlife crisis. But at the same time, um, I think emotionally that's what I knew. But I will say on some real shit, like on some funny shit though, when I started realizing, like, and looking forward to, I guess, buying home appliances and like when I would like actually do good on a sale, like, okay, instead of buying this here, let me get this in bulk at this store because you know what I'm saying? Like I'm actually doing like some money management type shit, like trying to be mindful as what are my needs for my home. Like I think things like that really made me realize, okay, I'm really becoming this adult because I see my mama and them have to take care of, the household. So even me stepping into that role now of making sure that, my household has its certain needs and I'm doing my Sunday cleaning with my playlist and shit like that. Like, okay, the adulthood is here. This is real. It's not just about paying the bills. It's also about like creating, like the womanhood that we have and the boundaries within that
Mm.
womanhood and like also the physical things that, reflect that womanhood that we embody. So for me, I feel like that's when I really started realizing like I'm an adult. Like I'm trying to be financially responsible. So I'm looking for the sales. I'm going to Trader Joe's versus going to, you know what I'm saying? Going
Yeah,
to
yeah,
that
yeah.
store. Like little things like that made me realize my adulthood.
I love that because we don't sometimes recognize in our growth and personal development of adulthood how those other entities and traits play into it. And you're right. Like when I think about that scene from Baby Boy with his mother, where she got her cigarette, her little joint, and she in the back with the garden, and she's like, "Woo, got my little set." Like that's adulthood to me. Like when I had my little apartment, and I used to, have my little plant Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn. I miss you, girl. Getting off work, kicking my feet like that. That's what those are moments where I realized, wow, I am really a grown ass woman. Like, look at this. I just came home to
I
my
feel that.
garden.
Yes.
Like, seriously, it's stuff like that. So no, I love that. But yeah, I
I
love that
think
question.
Girlfriends made me think about being grown. It was like
Oh,
that show
yes.
Girlfriends. Like, okay, this is
Mhm.
real grown shit. Like,
It's funny though, because sometimes I watch that show because I've rewatched that show way too many more times than I actually want to admit. But I
mm.
watch it sometimes and just be like, y'all really were childish. In
As
a lot
fuck.
of you're right. Like some of the stuff they would go through, I just be like, y'all are really unserious. But
Very.
in that unseriousness, it makes you feel seen because it's like, okay, I'm not tripping because this is similar shit that I be going
Right. And I think as I got older, I'm so happy we mentioned Girlfriends because I think as I watched Girlfriends as a different age to our point as an adult, I actually realized that I saw a part of myself in each and every
through.
one of them.
Right. I agree.
Yeah, like as a kid, I was just like, oh, I'm Maya, I'm this, or oh, no, 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 no. I
I ain't
understood.
never seen myself in Lynn. Let me just be true.
Yo.
I
I
am never seen
agree.
I
myself
think
in
for me
Lynn.
with Lynn, I saw like
Agree.
the free spiritedness.
Me too. And her like always going to school. That was a part of me that related to her as well. Cause I remember when I was in
Yeah.
school
Lynn
back
was
in the
so
day.
That I was
irresponsible.
gonna say that part. No, I don't know
No.
about that.
Right. No, that part no. But like her being in school, like I had related to that.
I can't I couldn't relate to her. Her no. She was just a fucking nutcase, to be completely honest. But Joan too, I Joan the
Joan was
most
nutty. Joan was
she
nutty.
was nutty. Like if
Nutty.
we're gonna be honest and really think of the fact that Joan was a nutcase and she was putting so much pressure on everyone else around her
Mm-hmm.
to accommodate what she felt like she lacked in her own life. It was like, girl, fucking relax. Like, you got money. You are a fucking junior what they call
Partner
the
at the
partner,
lawyers.
yes, at the firm. You fucking well are already talking about Hermes bags and Louboutins and Balenciagas, and you own a fucking house. Like, she was in nobody's apartment. She was in
Mm,
her own
she was.
crib.
I also feel like she was very desperate, and I think that's the thing I
Ugh.
didn't like about her. And whenever people say, "I see myself at Joan," that was a red flag for me. It was like,
Yeah, see, I
are you
never saw myself in
desperate?
her early, never.
Yeah, she was very annoying. I also thought she was a bad friend to lie, and it really annoyed
Yep,
me sometimes when the show kind of like portrayed everyone else around her as the bad friends when it really was her a
it
lot of
was
the
really
time.
her. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
And
she
cause
Like,
was
I,
annoying.
I will say, like, Tony had her ways, right? Like,
yep,
Yeah.
Tony was
yep,
selfish. She was a selfish bitch. We gotta be honest. She was selfish,
Yes.
but she was very straightforward and direct. Joan, she was passive aggressive a lot
manipulative.
and yes,
Yep.
Okay,
like
so my hot take, considering that, has been that I was kind of glad that they stopped being friends because I feel like sometimes you recognize that you're not compatible with people.
Yes, I
mm,
And
agree.
I feel like
ooh,
their personalities were never compatible, in my
mm,
opinion. Like they were friends since kids, and that's why they still was friends. But if we being for real, like everything you just described are two incompatible people. Like an aggressive, straightforward person should not be friends with a passive aggressive person. That never works.
yeah.
And somebody who's experienced that in real life too, like having like friends you've had since childhood, and as y'all get like older, you realize like, yo, it ain't no beef, it ain't none of that. Like we've literally just grown into two different human beings, and I'm going to give you the grace to stand and live in that, but it has to be over there. Like because it's true, but I will say one of my favorite girlfriend moments though, and I still cry to this day. Every time that episode come on, I will still cry. Is the Donnie McClurkin episode where
Oh
like
yes.
Joan and
We
Tony in the church.
fall down.
Yes. Like and again to your point too, like about the question earlier, like it is moments like that that I also am reminded that we're adults. Like yo, like conflict don't always have to end in like some like
Oof,
weirdo shit. Like sometimes conflict can end
Yes.
with a word with
oof.
God. You know what I'm saying? But everybody don't got the maturity or the discernment to take it there. You know.
So
But
Yeah.
see, when you don't have the discernment and maturity to take it there, I think those are also signs of people not being your people.
yeah. Oh,
Mm,
come on, Soul
mm.
Tribe. You wasn't it. Like
Okay.
Jack.
Because let's be honest, like there's been
right.
various occasions, like even with our development of our group, where I feel like if we were childish and petty and didn't have discernment, we could have been broken up a long time ago. But I think we're like mature women who understand like we're all
Right.
humans. Like today, I might be in a mood, so you don't like how I said something. It doesn't mean we got to be beefing.
Listen,
Exactly.
I said
Yeah,
that the
like
other day, like, well, not even said that. I seen that. I would say that somebody said, maturity is realizing that every disagreement isn't an argument and isn't a confrontation. And sometimes people don't realize that because they're in their own state of, I guess, lack of emotional maturity to handle the fact that there's opposing opinions in this world. So we
Mm.
have to respectfully, disagree. But no, that's just life. Like, people, even just on the internet in general, just how
Yep,
people
yep.
interact with each other. It's just like,
yeah.
okay, we could tell there's a lack of emotional maturity with you all because you can't even take a disagreement when it comes to even just fucking dumbass topics. You know what I'm saying? So I
Mm.
don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is that there's a lot of immaturity in Young Thug's camp. And woo,
Watch out.
it is clear as day when you lack the emotional awareness and the emotional maturity and emotional maturity in situations like this, you find yourself in situations like this. And
Nah, facts. I
Situations
wonder.
will arise.
I wonder.
yes,
Situation will
will
arise.
arise.
It's crazy though,
I
because
had
I
to,
have.
man.
No, we did. I've been wondering too. Like Young Thug, you've been in the Midwest, you've been in Cleveland, because we've been saying watch out for decades. Like we've been saying watch out, we've been saying cap, but that's a whole nother topic. But
Not
yeah.
starting the war. It's already a war outside. Like,
Oh, no. Speaking of that,
no. But yes, Young Thug is actually quote unquote crashing out on everybody. Including now recently we've heard tapes from about Future, Gunna, J. Cole, everybody, and free Mariah the Scientist.
Mm.
Um no. How do you guys feel about what's going on right now with this Young Thug mess?
I'm be
Uh,
honest.
Go ahead,
The
Jess.
timeline, no, I'm just be honest. Like the timeline ain't been this hot since like a versus show. Like it's like every single day. I even seen somebody you put out a tweet this morning that said, "Good morning. Where's the new Thug audio to start my day?" Like that's how frequent these crash outs have gotten. I think what we are witnessing, one, I'll just say this. Shout out to Gunna and staying healthy and staying fitness. Okay. Shout
Mm-hmm.
out to Gunna. Gunna seems to be taking a road that, like I personally like to take when it comes to situations like this. Don't say nothing. You gotta let some people just like hang themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like you literally gotta let some people just do what they do. But I will say also, a lot of this has made Kendrick Lamar's records sound even crispier and better. The amount of times I've had to go back to Euphoria and Not Like Us really does like he was a prophet. His foresight was crazy, but he knew some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if you listen to Euphoria Not Like Us, he's been and it's why when the whole situation with Drake versus Kendrick came up, why so many of us felt like no, Drake is a representative at the moment of a piece of culture that people are frustrated and tired with. And now that all of this is unfolding, I think we kind of see like Young Thug was a part of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Thug
No.
make you feel like you a slime in your head. Like, I know shit about Gunna One of them, it was there. It was there. But I will say, like, first of all, the memes that have come out of this, hilarious. Shout out to Twitter. Shout out to everybody that's taking his face, putting it on Summer Walker's Over It. Shout out to everybody that's just making it blissful. But I will say, on the sad part about it is I do hate to see people like Andre 3000 get caught in the fire. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it's just certain
Yeah.
legacy statue acts that you just shouldn't touch. And I feel like Andre 3000 is one of them. And to say like Andre ain't never put nobody on where he literally was the one that said, you know what at the Source Awards, you know what I'm saying? That said the South got something to say. It's like what were you actually doing with Atlanta's legacy, Young Thug? Now I'm curious to know. What have you been doing this whole time? Because you're up here talking about you made Gunna, you can make another one. I don't know. I don't know if you can. Because Gunna, in my opinion, is showing at the end of the day, like if I keep, my heart centered and my health first, like, and the craftsmanship at the forefront, like, they go rock with me, they go follow me. And they have. You know what I'm saying? Like, the streets love Gunna. We love Gunna. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's mm.
I feel that. I feel
My
that.
opinion is a little bit more nuanced, right? Like I feel like I actually agree with everything you said, Jazz, but I also feel like this is kind of whack personally because
It's corny.
yeah, because like on the most basic tip, these are like private conversations that are being leaked. Like
Mhm.
I feel like every single one of us, and that's not to say like, oh, we all talk about our friends, but I feel like in our lifetimes, I'm sure there's been a time where you talk to your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whatever, and you said something about the people that you're around, and you have whatever gripe with them. I just think it's whack that all of this is being leaked like that. Like I just feel like it's corny as hell. Like all the pillow talking is just being leaked.
Yeah. No,
I think that part of it is whack to me. Like, all right.
I feel that in the sense which is very much so giving hearing both sides of the story and understanding both sides of the coins more so, but at the same time, I guess it just goes to show even further like nobody's really truly and honestly friends in the industry as well too.
Yes,
I
You know
yes,
agree
what
with
I'm
that. I
saying?
agree with
yes,
that. Yeah.
yes.
We can all think that these people are homies and friends and they hop on verses talking about they'll slide behind each other and they won't even cha-cha slide. That's nothing that they will do. So for me, it's like I expect shit like this because this is what the game honestly has turned into, where it's not even beneficial to really have, I guess, solid relationships, except for money being the factor. Because based on those calls, the only thing that I've realized is that money does play a big part in these industry politics and these relationships that we also see currently. So it is stupid to hear these phone calls, and it's obviously strategic in my personal opinion too, just at the
Mm.
timing of everything. But it is sad too because
I was just about to say that.
a lot
Yeah.
of misfortune did happen behind, of course, the things that have taken place with this so-called street culture and this trial. But I feel more so sad for Gunna, if I'm going to be completely honest.
Yes. Oh
I
my
feel
God.
way more empathetic for Gunna, just based off of the fact that I just feel like he was innocent in this when it comes to this whole. And listen, I'm just a girl. Don't come at me with your street politics.
We're just girls, okay? We're just girls.
I'm just a girl. But I just feel like if he wasn't really like he was, like a brand ambassador, like he wasn't like really in the streets. You know what I'm saying? He was just somebody who also was a part of the crew who made them look good too. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, him taking the blow for all of this, it really, if we're gonna be real, to me at least, seems like a lot of jealousy from Young Thug, just based off of how he's maneuvered
Yeah.
with it.
How
It's like Gunna's coming out looking good. His skin is shining. He don't got no lean belly. He's, doing his thing.
his
He's a
girl
part of
look good.
a girl look good.
Okay.
The
Yep.
wellness tip is it's a lot of things that he got going on that makes him look so supreme right now. And if you don't get with the, if you can't beat them, join them. You know what I'm saying? Like Jocelyn Hernandez said, get with the winning team and hope. Get with
Okay.
the winning team, hope. You know what I'm saying? Like get with the winning team, hope.
Another
So
profit for real. No, for real. And like that, I think that's what's got me like kind of passionate about it is the Gunna thing because it does feel like some hate and shit. Like it feels very, very to what you was saying earlier, like whack. But when I was saying corny, like that's the part that felt corny to me is that you can go on these podcasts and have these conversations and moments and say, this nigga gave me money, this person gave me money, you ain't giving me nothing, I made you. And I'm one of those people where I feel like if we had a great friendship or whatever and it was really genuine or whatever and we have maybe one misunderstanding and all it takes is that one moment for you to start airing shit out or acting like, then we was never gang anyway because my loyalty and my integrity not set up like that. So it
well, it's
does.
obvious that's the case in this.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the part
That's
that I
the
found
case.
is just like, yes, that's corny. And then it's like you coming for people like J. Cole, and it's like J. Cole y'all both gave each other one of your like,
All J. Cole do is ride his bike and don't get his dress retwisted. And y'all bothering J. Cole. J. Cole don't deserve this. And he was really on y'all
come
side.
on now. Like he done gave verses. And then another thing to come at Kendrick and say Kendrick don't do nothing. Did Kendrick not have Kodak Black on Mr. Morale? Like I was like, are
I
we
mean, we don't even have to use that gremlin literally as an example. He's done way more for
he
the
has,
city
but
of Compton and all of the other artists that he supported. But other than that, regardless, it's just some hate and shit. And that's what it is.
It
Niggas just hating in their
is.
heart.
And see,
And
and I guess that's the part of it that I think is whack. It's like niggas gonna hate, then let them niggas hate, and that's their thing. Like I think even coming at is a questionable way to describe it because he didn't come for them. He's talking to his woman, and the shit leaked. So it's like he hating with his girl. That and
now,
we're getting all of it.
and other men too, because he was also talking to 21 Savage and thing like that. And see, that's my thing. It's like you became a gossip because you talking like my grandma.
but listen, what I will say is,
Yo.
I will say, honestly speaking, on a woman tip, Mariah, baby, I'm sorry, but you are never gonna prosper as long as you're attached to that man.
I
And
agree.
I agree.
this is just the casualties of loving beyond your personal capacity when it comes to people like that. Like you can't give him, I'm sorry, and this is just how it is. Like I don't care. Like when I see shit like that, I feel sad for women because you go
Yeah.
so above and beyond. You give all of your heart into this situation just for a nigga to play in your face. You
I don't know because
understand?
I guess low key the other part of me doesn't really feel bad for her because the whole shit would glow. Like you a hater, like you're a hating ass bitch, and that's what the fuck you
It
get.
was corny. It was, It was corny, but I don't know, y'all. I feel both sides. Like, there's a part of me that's just like, damn, like why'd you have to say? But then there's also this part of me that's like, that was her nigga. You know, they was in love. They was maybe having a kiki, but it's also sad that like because it does remind me of something that Mariah has talked about on podcasts when she's asked about like her love and her lyrics. And I relate to her in this sense where some of this shit just feels sinister. Like what he's doing to her, it feels sinister. You know what I'm saying? And like I do feel like there is this like sinister energy that can be in like this new era of dating sometimes that some people may not see as sinister because you're like, oh, it's a nigga being a nigga. And it's like, yeah, but it's sinister ass shit. Like,
Right.
you
Because look what it's done to her career.
Look,
She's having,
exactly.
she's having the biggest moment in her career right now.
Biggest.
All we getting is look what Young Thug did. Like,
Biggest.
oh my God.
And it's reminded me of like the Chloe and DDG thing too. It's just like, yo, what is going on? Like, it's really breaking my heart to see it because like, and these babies in their 20s, like, you know, like
that nigga is not in his 20s.
no, not them, the girls. I'm talking about the girls. Not yeah,
I would say these head ass unks. Anyways,
not Uncle Earl and the mechanics.
Listen, Uncle Earl and the mechanics is crazy.
That's what they say. Young sound like.
He sound like Yanti. That's what he really sound like on them call. He sound like that nigga sound like he literally was kicking his feet up, rubbing them together. They was so dry. They sounded like a cricket, like literally, and was just gossiping his life away. That's all he was doing. He was not working out. He was working out them phone calls.
Somebody said they was mad that he ain't worked out and read the Quran while he was in there.
No, the one where they got the scene from Friday where Smokey walking past his mom and she be on the phone like,
yes, he did. Hey, yo, brother. You had ample time to do so much better than what you're doing. I'm sorry, I don't have empathy for stupidity. That's just not, it's so many other things I could be empathetic about. I don't have empathy.
I think that's why for me the Gunna parallel is so funny because it's like that nigga popped out fine as hell on his shit, and then you're like the complete opposite. Like, what happened?
and the music is fire. Can we talk about the music? Like, the music is like, shout out to Gunna, man.
It's like you making victory music at this point, which is benefiting him even more. Like the hate is benefiting him even more at this point in time. So honestly speaking, y'all, I don't know. But that to me, it just shows pure hate. Like you're just jealous right now because what you wanted a nigga to do was to take your side in things and lay down next to you, which is so crazy. But this is why it says street culture is dead and dumb in the sense of course we love the contributions and what has been made from it, the art that's been made from it. We won't take that away. And we know that without certain things, other things can't be. But at the same time, this whole gang and street culture shit, unfortunately to me, is dumb because look where it leads us with nothing. Absolutely nothing. So
it reminds me of like that whole, because I can't stand that crab in a barrel mentality shit. I cannot stand it. And that's what it reminds me of. So shout out to Gunna. I'm going to put on that album after this.
Yes. I love fine nigga music. You know what I'm saying? Make you feel like a winner. We look good. Hey, y'all. We got all our teeth. Hey, y'all. You know,
fine nigga music. Yo, I'm adding that to my notes.
Oh, guys, fine nigga music. Playlist dropping soon.
Damn.
Oh my gosh. Did you guys know that Rolling Ray passed away? R.I.P. R.I.P. I'm not gonna lie. The only reason why I feel like culturally Rolling Ray is one of those imprints. He has an imprint in the culture just because of his memes and everything that he's honestly like been used in is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. But I don't know why he passed away. I don't know his reasoning, his causing for passing away, but definitely RIP to a culture diva.
I love that. Culture
I like that too. I love that. Yeah, I don't know either. His mom let the world know, and that's just Yeah, we send our love.
Yes, love and condolences. What else we got on this docket? Oh.
Well. We just had the B-Day.
Oh yeah, shout out to the Queen, Beyoncé, celebrating. And it's a crazy year for no, it's a crazy birth year for her. She's 44 years old.
Mm-hmm.
We know how she feels about them fours.
No, seriously, because I'll get into it on my set list, but I did dedicate something to you, girl, because I said, 444, I'm gonna give you four Beyonce picks. Like,
Oh, I love that.
oh my God. No, shout out to Beyonce. She's the only person, one of the only few people that I literally feel like her birthday should be a holiday. Just saying.
Mm.
Just saying.
I
Feel like
feel
that's a
that
dope day.
like a federal holiday.
Yes, I feel like we should literally get that day off and just, bask in. You can't break my soul.
I can't.
Like, I think, yeah, we should do that. Beyonce knows Carter Day.
I feel that. That got a nice ring to it. Anyways,
Giselle. Let me not forget her middle name. Is it Giselle? Yeah.
well, apparently niggas is Emmys winners around these parts, but technically the choreographer for Doechie's Grammy performance, Robbie Blue, shout out to Big O Robbie Blue. He won an Emmy for outstanding I can't talk today, y'all. Outstanding choreography for the reality programming. Okay, so shout out to us making history, you know what I'm saying? And also Kendrick Lamar, he won for best music direction on for the Apple Music Super Bowl. So that is really dope. And what it says
Oh,
here, he's the only third person in history to win multiple Emmys and Grammys. Okay, I know that's right.
I think I got a fact check too, because now that you say that, Milan, Doechii might be the first woman MC to ever win this. I don't think I've ever seen a woman MC win this award. I might have to look this up.
Yeah, I do believe that being nominated, I'm not sure what the rules are, but being nominated is a actual fire thing in itself, you know what I'm saying, regardless of what the quote unquote, technicalities are. It's just like to be recognized in that regard. Like that's super dope because everybody works hard for the things that they do. So for it to be seen on that level, like that's something that I appreciate very much. So love it. Anyways, what else we got? Okay, so I had realized, which is such a beautiful alignment because recently, like I said, just yesterday, I DJ'd the Fine Wine series and we had Jermaine Dupri as a headlining artist, basically. When I say the man went hit for hit, it is absolutely phenomenal and crazy. His catalog is like from pop records with Mariah to like legendary hip hop records. He really has a deep bag and a deep catalog. But I recall somebody saying that no one really makes music for teens anymore, and it made me think about the fact that, as a child growing up, we had an actual section for teeny bopper kind of music, like the Disney stars. And you know what I'm saying? Like we had that era of music for teenagers and even for the doors of your Chris Browns, your Little Bow Wows, your Romeos, your Sammys. Like that was the start of more the teen boppers versus just coming out into like the rap game or the music game. Like we really don't have like that type of teenage music anymore. And I wonder if that kind of frames also the landscape of music to a certain degree.
Hmm. I saw him mention that too, and you're right. He killed that shit yesterday. Like the amount of hits he played and made you realize, like, wow, like Jermaine Dupri has crafted like arguably like half of R&B's like dopest hits.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw that message, about the music, it made me remember why I think I loved Metro Boomin's Futuristic tape so much, the Futuristic Summer, because although he's talking about some more mature topics, like the beat, the feel of it took me back to when we was teenagers, like
Mm-hmm.
childhood. And I think that's the feeling like Metro was even like trying to bring back. Like, I think that's also why I gravitated to the Zeddy Will sound that's been popping up on like TikTok, right? Because it's been reminding me of this like teen, like youthful era that I feel like Gen Alpha is missing, but they're feeding that void with like these streamers and these YouTubers.
Right.
So it's like that's kind of their teen void right now. It's like my little nephew, he maybe can't tell me like one of his favorite up and coming artists or songs, but he can let me know what streamer he watches on YouTube and how many subscribers they got and why he's his favorite YouTuber or streamer. And I find that really interesting now because we have had like some like attempts to create like young, youthful like groups, whatever. But I don't know if the sound would resonate with Gen Alpha or Gen Z. I think that's the thing. And I hope I'm making sense, like, because I feel like the attempts that people have made to kind of create like these younger groups or like the teen pop music is like they're not drawn to it. They want to hear Pluto. Like, wham, wham. It's crazy. For real. It's like,
whammy.
But yeah, no, she's definitely a Wynette, though. She's a Wynette. She's one of the YNs in Wynette. So I definitely feel like she's in there. But I'm thinking, like, you know how they had like the OMG girls? And what was that other group? It was some young boys. I can't believe it's blanking on me, but
I know who you're talking about. Even the OMG girls, they're actually on tour currently.
Mindless Behavior.
Oh yeah, I literally just had a conversation.
Mindless Behavior, I feel like was like the last kind of like attempt to restore that feeling.
I mean, I think there's also one more, but then I will say their sound leans a little adult R&B, but they are very young.
Yeah.
But I think what I was going to say, I feel like it's more of a cultural phenomenon. I don't think it's just the music. Like you think about even the clothing and the fashion. Like I don't think there's a space for teenage fashion either. Like I feel like the younger generation is skipping an entire phase. And a lot of it, to me, in my opinion, I'm going to blame it on parenting. Because we have parents that are so young now, and that's like
the grandma's the baby.
Yeah. And I think as cliche as that is, when the grandma is the baby, like that kind of shows up in the musical taste, the shit that they're watching on TV, their clothing style. Like I remember when I was in high school, my mom was not letting me wear lashes. Like lash who? I think I got my first.
These girls got lace fronts.
Yeah, like none of that. I couldn't do none of that shit.
Literally full face makeup. Like when I was cheerleading, I had to beg to even use the glitter eyeliner like the other girls were able to use on the field because my mom was just so like, no. And my mom's a hairstylist. She was doing everybody's hair. But when it came to certain like makeup or aesthetics or whatever, I wasn't allowed. Like
because there was a level of like, we still want you to be a kid. There's innocence. There's a level of innocence that our parents understood that we needed to have because it's just levels to certain shit.
Like
you're not grown.
Yeah, even with my hair, I'll be honest, like having a mom as a hairstyle that was doing everybody's hair, we weren't even allowed to get out of the barrettes. So like I had barrettes till I was damn near 8th grade. Like, you know what I'm saying? My mom was not really letting us get wraps. I think I had my first wrap like 7th grade, 6th grade. And I was like, oh, I finally could wear my hair down. And right after that, my mom was like, I'm bringing it right back up. You got cheerleading. I need this. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of it too is like even the clothing I see sometimes. Like I'll be like, yo, why she's under 5 years old? Why she got a crop top on? That's weird to me.
Yeah.
Like I think that's why even to your point, you were saying like parents and even examples like the Puerto Rican princess really is a prophet. Like because even like when I watch the way Jocelyn dresses Bonnie Bella, like she keep that girl and like the girliest Kids Are Us type like dresses you've never seen. Them dresses be up to that child neck.
Bobos in the hair.
Seriously, like she be
like,
having
yeah.
It's different. And I see some parents, I'm just like, why do baby girl got on the crop set like me?
You know what's so interesting? So this actually comes up on the timeline recently with Kim Kardashian and her daughter. With that, I can't remember where they were going, but she had that viral outfit on. She had on I forgot what the shirts are. The corset. She had a corset on with mad cleavage. The bright blue hair. The hair was cute, but even that, like at our age, my mom wasn't letting me dye my hair like that, like
at all.
So even that's a little questionable, but then I can understand all the pushback. But it just was like very okay. Where are you going with that corset, girl?
And even that,
Mm-mm.
like technically, like she had on a wig. I wasn't allowed to wear no wig, none of that. Like, like that, she definitely had on a lace front, that blue hair. Like,
Mm. Which honestly, it's like I give more, I say, respect to the parents that allow their children to experiment, because I do feel like we can allow children to find their voice in growing up. I can say like a lot of our parents did have a code of honor and respect where we couldn't do certain things. So we think certain things are quote unquote bad. I do think the push up of it is excessive. I will say
Yeah.
that the push up of it is excessive.
yes,
But the blue hair, because I do see, people talking about, her wearing weave and the whole blue hair color, whatever the case may be. It's like, I like kids to be kids and experiment, because even when you were 5 and you had the little glitter clip-ins that you would get from Barbie's fucking hair salon shit.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like that is
yeah.
also a part of growing up.
That's true. That's
But
true.
I do think is a thin line between pushing the maturity in them, in the sense of like, okay, like you said, the corset should not have a push up. If you want to wear a corset, then maybe you should have put a t-shirt over it. You get what I'm saying? Like do something like that to make it a little bit more edgy, age appropriate, if that makes sense. And I
Yeah,
just think that's the thing. We don't have enough age appropriate things for kids. Kids are literally 6 years old watching baddies right away. You get what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
I don't find it to be a coincidence as well. With everything that's happening in this anti um intellectualism era that we're in currently, but at the same time it is like it is crazy to see that we don't have certain things for this generation of kids that we did have, that I truly honestly believe helped us and groomed us in a good way, of course, for what we do experience currently when it comes to, this culture and et cetera. So that's just, my personal opinion on it.
I completely agree with that. And I feel like
I
what
do
gets
too.
missed here is like a lot of the things that we grew up on aided us in like emotional, mental, and educational development. Like we are learning how to be functioning members of society through the different types of shows that we're watching that are more like I
Mm,
don't know how many of y'all watch Zoom. I don't even
That was
remember that show, but stuff like that.
man,
Like
that was my
yeah,
itch.
like we're learning. Like we were using these shows to learn shit. So we become well versed and well read teenagers, and that stuff kind of like that goes into adulthood. Like you are super multifaceted as an adult because you had all this variety of shows to learn from, and that helped cultivate you as a person. Versus you are 7 years old watching baddies and you wondering why at 15 this kid wants to be a hood rat, and that's all she
mhm.
sees for herself.
Not a hood rat. I'm crying. But no, for real. I'm so happy you mentioned Zoom though, because still to this day, I take stuff I learned from Zoom and use it as an adult. Like Zoom taught me like the importance of frozen grapes. How you can take frozen grapes
Mm.
and turn them into a snack. Like that was one of my
Mhm,
fave. And I was like, before I was a cheerleader girl, I was a big like arts and craft girl. So I
mhm.
used to like mess up so many like papers or documents in the house because I was watching Zoom and doing all the different tricks and things like that.
And their experiments, yeah.
Yeah, but to your point, sis, it does make me think about what this nigga is doing in office, because we're literally getting rid of programs that produce moments like Zoom. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's
Yep.
like, how can we be in a space where we know these kids, teenagers, preteens, need these things, but we literally got huge Megatron ass giants trying to keep the funding and things away from it. But I also think that's when we can get uniquely and creative as well too. I think that's when Renaissance moments happens.
I
When
agree.
Yeah.
And I think that's
yeah,
also the importance of community building because maybe you're not watching shows, but maybe you're now in community with other young parents in your town and y'all are doing play dates or
going
going to Chuck E. Cheese together. Maybe y'all going to the movies together. Maybe y'all going to the library together. Y'all doing library dates and making that fun. Like there's just so many different things to do. But we are not thinking outside of the box as a culture. Everything is just throw an iPad in front of the kid and that's all we doing.
Yeah.
Not
I
through
agree.
an iPad. Can I be honest though? When you just said that, can I be honest with in the condo? You know, I'm putting my wine glass down because we had so much wine at the fine wine festival yesterday. Let me put my wine down. I actually really am looking forward to the moment where I am literally sitting in my hammock or my chair holding my child, like, and nurturing and pouring everything we're talking about into them. Everything we're talking about, I've just been recently thinking like I look forward to skipping to the point where I just got the babies in my arm and I can just pour into that. Because I do see the ways of the world with children right now, and it's made me excited to be a mother, and it's honestly made me less fearful to be a mom. And that's not to say like mothers aren't doing what they're supposed to do or anything like that. This isn't like shade to anyone, but I don't know. These conversations have making me think about motherhood more and how would I show up as a mother.
I feel that. I
Yeah.
feel that.
I love that because I will say, and this is just me personally, it's having these conversations for me makes me feel like I'm not ready to be a mother.
Mm.
On the reverse, it's just like, girl, if I was a mom right now, I would be fucking popped because I just I'm just not ready.
Listen, I feel that, and I won't settle until it comes in the form of a actual partnership because
Yes.
I'm sorry, I get it. Like maybe a child can be successful in a single parent home, but I don't want that to be my home. I need the
No,
motherfucking help from my man that got me
definitely.
in this situation. So, hello,
Yeah, I
somebody.
also just want to be ready myself too. Like, fuck the man. Like, there's so many things
Damn.
I want to get off in my career, and
Oh
I'm so
yes.
dead at. Like, I just have different milestones I need to reach, and I know I would not be able to pour into a child right now in the way that I know I can when I have the time and resources and just content in life to just be like, you know what, I'm gonna pour everything into you right now because I don't care about anything I have going on in my own personal life.
Yes,
That's real.
yes. I
That's
agree.
real.
I agree with that
Yeah,
too. All the way.
I agree. Yeah, I do agree. I do look forward to also handing that child to their daddy. Here you go. I need to roll up. Sorry.
Yo, I need to roll up. It's so funny.
Oh my
Yes,
god.
he dad said the dad will be changing diapers.
Okay, you ain't no Nelly around here.
Okay.
You ain't know Nelly is crazy.
I love y'all.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, y'all. I guess some good ass TV updates in the TV lands. Karen Huger, Big Grand Dom, is officially free.
Damn.
The shackles on her feet are lifted off so she can dance. Let her praise him. Yes. Surviving a DUI charge. She was doing some jail time over that, just in case, people don't know why Karen Huger was arrested and in jail. But, she's out now. I think that's kind of, I don't know. I have my qualms about that because it's like, girl, you better stop drinking and driving, ho.
No
Like,
facts.
that's
Facts.
dangerous. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that's crazy. That is dangerous. You should do the time for the crime, but I think you should sit your ass down, Miss Huger, in that beautiful house of yours, and you and what's her husband name? Charles Ray.
Charles.
You and Ray, figure it out. Figure it out. But yeah,
Ray. She do to be like, Ray. Yeah, I'm excited for Karen return. Yeah. Bravo be on it too. They so funny. Like the way the cameras have been, it reminded me of when Teresa Judice came home.
mm,
It's crazy, but oh my God, y'all. And the VMAs is going on right now too. Speaking of TV, it's so interesting. The
shout out to the
VMAs.
VMAs. I don't know. I feel like it doesn't have that impact that it once did when we all wanted to sit around and actually watch the VMAs
I
as
know.
a family. Like, oh my gosh, we seeing this person. Like, it used to be a thing. Like red carpet rollout, pre-show. Like, man, the lack of, I guess, I don't know, the times. The times have honestly changed. So
Yeah. Do y'all got a favorite VMA moment? Or do y'all think about moments from the VMAs that y'all, aside from Lil Mama?
You know what's crazy? That's not even one of my favorite moments because it's so cringeworthy of seeing that shit. To be honest, I'm like, girl, please, that. But my moment, honestly, because I always have to give it to my girl. It would have to be two moments. One would be Beyonce's debut when she did "Crazy in Love," coming through the ceiling in her Arabian scales. That and the reason why I have an attachment to that nostalgic wise is because of the MTV Diary series that she was doing during that time, and that performance was shown in that episode of you think you know but you have no idea, this is the diary of that's my shit.
Man.
And then the Britney Spears one, I'm a
I
slave
was
to
gonna
you.
say that.
Yeah. Oh well, my bad, y'all. You
No,
got
you're good.
yeah. Just those two. Just those two. What
Yeah.
about you? Go ahead, y'all.
No, that was mine too. Go ahead, Jay. This Britney Spears is a big one for me. I actually was a really, really big Britney Spears fan as a kid.
Yeah. Mine was I'm gonna go when Beyonce performed "Ring the Alarm" because that was my first time ever seeing like that whole when they were in and they had on the trench coats and they did the choreography like they was in a car and she kept leaning back. Like I never forget going to cheerleading practice that next day saying we have to perform that. Like we got to do that. And shout out to Coach Perry. Coach Perry, who recently got shouted out to Kid Cudi. That was so crazy. But our literally cheerleading coach went home and studied that whole performance and taught us that. So that whole like ring the alarm moment where they like crank the car back and they keep leaning like and they're like in a triangle.
Yes, I love that part.
Yeah, we literally got that from Beyonce's "Ring the Alarm" VMA moment. So shout out to that. And then when Janet Jackson performed for Michael, when Michael passed away and they did
Oh,
Scream.
yes,
I
yes.
cry every time. Y'all know I'm a crybaby. I cry every time. Because he had just passed away around that summer. Like he passed away
Mhm.
right before the big award show. So it was BET and then the VMAs got to honor him. And I just remember the scream and Janet popping out. And it's like you could feel her emotion for her brother. Like you could feel that she was still like sad from that. So yeah, that moment gave me chills.
You know, I also really liked the Beyonce when she popped out with Blue pregnant. I thought that was so
Oh
fun.
yeah.
I forgot that was the
Wait
VMAs.
a minute,
Yeah. That was the VMAs. Yeah.
Oh my God.
She was so golden for that.
Goaded. Like I remember being in college to the Milan when we used to be sitting around. That was kind of one of the last VMA performance I feel like we sat and gathered for. Like I was in
Yes.
college and I remember we were sitting around watching that and we saw her do that jacket and we would just jump.
Drop that jacket, reveal that bunny bump. Oh my
And
gosh.
yeah, and I just remember people like hugging Jay-Z in the crowd.
I
Like,
thought that was so fire. Like
yeah.
literally remember watching that. Like my nigga better be happy just like that.
Okay.
Listen.
Because they used to jabbing him up like he know he that nigga. Yeah, you need to be that happy to be having my kid. Okay,
Like you put a goat inside of the goat?
okay.
Come on.
Hello? And then the fact that Blue is now performing with her mom.
It's so
the way how she is.
fire.
It's the
Yeah.
it's the perfect follow-up to nostalgia that we love.
Mm.
I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
But I also think it's like a dope, like, I don't know. I feel like certain shit just be written for certain people. And her having been announced that way to now being like a co-star on this Beyonce tour, the last two tours, it's just like, it was in the stars for her. It always was.
Yeah, child of destiny. It was. It
that's so
was.
fire.
She
Yeah,
was
even
in
the
that
way-
room hitting that two-step.
Okay.
Like even when they brought her out for this last Cowboy Quarter tour, like after the Destiny's Child performance, like that was insane. Like, wow, you really are a child of destiny.
She is, and I love that. I love everything about that. Anyways, y'all, I think it's about that time. Had to hit my Mariah note really quick. It's about that time, y'all. It's about that time to get into the set list.
Yeah.
of the night, of the day, of the week.
I love Zona Settlers. Settlers might be my favorite part of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
mine
to check
too.
in because I love checking in with y'all, my girls, my shittless.
I must say, that I can truly and honestly go first this time. Wow, yes, I know. New
What?
things, new things, new things. But on this set list that I have, I would like to give a space to No Cap. I Plan It Out. I was listening to that song in the trenches. I do like that very much so. Another song that I was listening to is Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City, okay, by Bobby Blue Bland. Definitely a great, great song. It's a sample to Jay-Z's Heart in the City too, but yeah, little history for you. Anyways, Gunna, Wanna, yes, I love victory music. I love fine nigga music. I love bad bitch music. And Gunna is winning and has all of the elements of fine niggadom and bad bitchery. And we are so appreciative of that. So the last one has been in rotation since it dropped. I love him all along. That's one of my favorite ones and made for this shit, of course, but we're just gonna put the entire album up on it. Erica Badu, Mama's Gun. I've been vibing out to that, specifically Orange Moon. When I say you can listen to that song just on repeat, it is just such a beautiful body of work. Shout out to Erica Badu, and I am in anticipation for her project with Alchemist. If it hasn't dropped already yet, I don't think it dropped yet, but Kamari, To Dry a Tear, absolutely love it. Now, I know people used to say that Kamari sounds like Frank Ocean. Personally speaking, I can hear it sometimes, but I will say there are a lot of times where I don't think he sounds like him at all. Like he doesn't give me that. I guess I guess his tone a little bit is resembles, Frank Ocean, but his vibe, it gives me something different. That's just my personal opinion. But I definitely do love this project from him. He said, she said, Sycamore Tree, Head in a Jar, Euphoria. I love Euphoria. Lord Forgive Me. Those are like, one of my standouts songs, of course. Destin Conrad. I definitely love this project that he dropped. Whimsy, I believe is pronounced. It's a jazz project. The R&B songwriter and singer dropped the jazz album, which I absolutely love. Like, yes, test these waters. You are an artist. Explore your artistry, my friend. And that's exactly what he did. I love Wash Away. I love Love. A Lovely Detective, Drifting are some of my favorite songs from that project. Now, Lord forgive me. How do you say his name, y'all? Is it Elamine? Elamine? Elimini?
Elmine.
Elmine, hello, Elmine. Yes, Elmine. I love this album, Heat the Streets. I think this is like my first time really listening to like, no, my second body of work that I listened to him in full. That I do and honestly enjoy a lot of standout songs like Useless Without You, Damage Control, Different Too, Capable, You Got a Friend, Give Me a Smile. Like those are a lot of my standout songs. I mean, a majority of the project is really good to me, and I think he's amazing. Love, love, and I love his range. I love his range of where he can go. Last but not least, Kirby. She dropped a brand new project, Miss Black America. I love her storytelling in her songs. I love her voice. She has some fire ass music, to be honest. Like Better Days, Under Pressure, and Mama Don't Worry. Under Pressure, oof, she was talking on that bitch. Okay. So shout out to Kirby. I really, really appreciate it. On the TV side, I have been dibbling and dabbling in the love of the hip hop Atlanta this new season, just because, like I said, it is our modern day soap opera now. It transformed from what it was in the very beginning, but it's now our modern day, soap opera. So I've been watching the love of the hip hop. And yeah, that's about it. I gotta watch some shows on Apple TV and I'll report back for the next set list to let you know what I've been watching. But yeah, that's about it.
I guess I could go second. So on my set list this week, I also had Elmi's new album, Heat the Streets. So one of the things I was able to do over the last 2 weeks since speaking to y'all, I went to Spotify's UK show at Irving Plaza, I believe it was at. Incredible show, no notes. Shout out to Alicia and Brandon. They put that together so well. I think one of my takeaways, like I really see for me, uh Stevie Wonder trajectory for Almin. He is incredible. He has so much charisma. Songwriting is fantastic. His tone out of this world. Um, and I think too, like, I don't know, I just feel like he put so much intention into the music in a way that I don't think many people are doing right now. Like even if you look at his catalog as a whole, he talks about a lot of worldly topics that aren't really being talked about in R&B. And he does it so tastefully to where it's not like cringe where it's like, I don't really want to hear about this, it's too heavy. So shout out to also I had Destin Crown on my set list as well. That Whimsy album is really, really fire. Um it's interesting because I feel like a handful of R&B artists now are leaning into the jazz space, which is pretty dope because I feel like there was a whole period of time where you would get like the jazz saxophone in R&B. So jazz has always been an element of R&B. So I think it's really fire that a lot of these artists are
Yeah.
starting to lean into it now. Um, Also, Miguel dropped a new single called New Martyrs that I have not been able to take off repeat. Like, Miguel is literally the fucking all R&B king. Like, get out of his flowers
Oh my
because,
God, yes.
yeah, like,
That's facts.
he is the one. And I think it's just dope because for a little bit, a lot of people are saying he fell off. And granted, I might agree just a little bit. And it's not even that he fell off. He just was kind of straying too far away from what we were used to. So a lot of like the core fans were just kind of like, well, what are you doing? Um, but this new single is giving me very high hopes for the new album that he's coming out with. I think it's going to be incredible, especially if it's anywhere near this vein that he's in for New Martyrs, but definitely put that in rotation. Gabriel Jacoby, I might be saying that wrong, but he has a single called Be Careful that I've really been enjoying. I also really like his like aesthetic. It's very jarring when you hear the music. I just thought it was going to be like some, I don't know, BJ the Chicago Kid type, but he's like this dude in a big ass tee with grills in, and he's singing mad soulful country music. I was very shocked. Vena's new album, Malik, has also been in rotation, speaking on jazz music. This is more of a jazz album, though he's not really singing too much on that project, even though he is a singer. But he did a lot of collaborations on that album. Also has a collaboration with Yusuf. Oh, why am I drawing a blank? I can't remember. Yusuf Day, excuse me. Also has a collaboration with Smino on there called Mr. Popular. That's really good. Couple more. Isaiah Haran. So I already put his album on a previous set list, but lately I've been listening to Anyway. When it first came out, I had Chose You and Fitty in rotation pretty heavily, and now I've moved on to Anyway. That song, I've not been able to take that out of my rotation. And lastly, I'm gonna go with Stevie Wonder's Superwoman. So I've been for a minute. I had Donny Hathaway's version of Superwoman in rotation. And I actually launched like a digital diary called The Black Pool of Genius, which was in reference to Stevie Wonder's mind and catalog of music. So if you ever hear the Donny Hathaway version of Superwoman, at the beginning of the cover, he says, "From the Black Pool of Genius," and then he starts talking about Stevie Wonder, and then he sings the cover. So I don't know, for some reason, it never like occurred to me to listen to the Stevie Wonder version. So I listened to that today and was like floored. So I actually urge y'all to listen to both the Donny Hathaway version of Superwoman and the Stevie Wonder version of Superwoman, and also follow the digital diary that I launched called Black Pool of Genius. And that's my set list.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Thank
I
you.
love the digital diary. I love it. I do.
Thank you, girl.
I'm gonna try to get through mine quick. As we were discussing earlier, been on that path and road of not only personal development, but sustaining and maintaining it. And one of the things I do to kind of reinforce that and hold myself accountable is like go back to some of the stuff I read in grad school or books I didn't get to read during my grad school program. And one of those books are But Some of Us Are Brave by Akasha Gloria Hall. Sorry if I didn't say her name right, my love, but It's honestly it's technically one of the first books written about Black women studies, and a book that explores Black women studies. What does it mean? It's one of the first. So shout out to her. But some of us are brave. That is what I'm reading right now. Shout out to Goldie Harris. I'm adding Goldie to my set list, who just became a professor at Hofstra University. I hope I said that right. But I find that to be incredible. I think it's amazing. And I love seeing more of us, beside being in the corporate room, and some of these, professional education rooms and spaces too. Cash Doll surprised Pluto on stage. And I thought it was the cutest thing, because I love those moments in like hip hop where, like, back in the day, you used to see like Hove give somebody the Rockefeller chain, or you see Snoop Dogg giving something to Kendrick. And not that it was like in the same vein, but I do love seeing like Pluto's expression when she saw like Cash Doll like pop up and surprise her. But not only did she surprise her, but like she also knew her lyrics. And I thought that was like really, really cool. So shout out to Cash Doll and Pluto. That also made me go through a rabbit hole of some of my favorite Cash Doll moments and mixtapes. And I'm going to put the Cash Doll back on Dexter mixtape that she did with DJ Drama, Gangsta Grills, because I feel like that was heavily overlooked. I don't think Cash Doll gets the credit for how many MCs in Detroit she's actually put on to. Like, before I was even listening to Skilla Baby, and I got hit to Skilla through Cash Doll. Cash Doll was one of the first that was putting like I Swear Bezo and all them Detroit niggas like on her tape. So shout out to Cash Doll. Also, I am loving, in the spirit of women in hip hop, Lotto and Ice Spice. Is it Gat? Did I say it right? I don't know if it's Gat or Gat, but it's a cute.
Yeah.
It's a cute little Capricorn bop they got going on, both of them Capricorns. And it's like, it's cute. I love to see them work out whatever they had and like put it on wax and actually be in the video together, just being hot and having fun. And I just thought that was super dope. And yeah, I've been on the women in hip hop wave. So I actually got Doechie's Boom Bap on here too. I've been going back to that single because there's a moment where she speaks in tongues on that record. And me and my mom just are always obsessed with that part. So shout out to that single. That's one of my faves from Doechii. Also, the other single on here is, I just want to say, I find this woman to be a prophet as time goes on. Somebody even recently said they wish to be as pro-black as her, and I thought that was hilarious because she is. I can finally say that I am actually comfortable with her being on that, having that fourth seat on that Black reality TV Mount Rushmore. The Puerto Rican princess, Jocelyn Hernandez. I like the way you are. I like the way you are. I gotta put that on the set list. Yes, Jocelyn. Jocelyn, you made the set list, baby. I am here for it. I'm here for the Puerto Rican princess. I am. And then, we also just had Beyonce's birthday. Our godmother, the queen, just had a birthday. She's 44. And we know that family loves 444. So I'm going to just give 4 Beyonce picks that mean something to me. And, I hope you guys listening, take and resonate. Beyonce's Rather Die Young. That is honestly one of my favorite songs from Beyonce, top 5. I think I was reminded that is one of her best, arguably one of her best songs, when I seen her during the Renaissance tour in LA and she performed it. And I was like, yo, I forgot that Rather Die Young is one of her bangers. It's on the 4 album. But yeah, the ballads and the voice in Rather Die Young is insane. I am a part 2 on the Wrong Girly. However, I feel like people overlook what Beyonce and Jay-Z did on Family Feud. So go revisit that. Beyonce's vocals on Family Feud towards the end are insane. That like riff she does is crazy. I also really love Beyonce and Kendrick Lamar Nile record. That's one of my faves. And to close out, the 4th pick is a Beyonce album. I feel like as a collective, we should appreciate more. And I think over time we will. But The Lion King, The Gift, that project by Beyonce is very, very spiritual to me in certain ways. And I've been revisiting that. So shout out to you, Queen. Happy birthday. That's my set list, fam.
Shout out to the queen and the queens that we are. Hello, hello, somebody. Well, y'all, that's another episode. What episode is this?
Oh my God, y'all. This is episode 15 as I grab my little Hello Kitty bear and get
Wow.
Episode 15, y'all. This is amazing to hear and to
It
see
is. You know, it's
each and
funny.
every
Like
time.
we've gotten in such a groove that I'm starting to forget how many episodes we. Like, granted, we haven't done 70, but every week I'll be like, damn, we're on episode 15.
But it won't be far before we're up to that. Okay.
Okay. And I just want to say, I'm so proud of us, ladies. I really am. I'm really proud of us.
I am too. Super proud of us and super proud of everyone that is truly a supporter of us. We thank you guys for always tuning in each and every week when we drop these episodes. Make sure you follow the Reasonable Dialogue social pages as well as our individual pages. Definitely stay in tune with what we have coming up when it comes to these episodes and other things that we have planned for the Reasonable Dialogue community here at the condo. We appreciate y'all. We thank y'all and we love y'all. Please stay reasonable. I go by the name of DJ Miss Milan.
I go by Jazz.
And I'm Jan Sneed. And y'all niggas ain't gotta get the fuck damn. I fucked it up. Y'all ain't gotta go home, but y'all gotta get the fuck out of here. Greg, do not edit that. I'll keep that. Cause
Yeah, Greg.
I really want y'all to know how many times in the course of the last year that I fucked that up. I don't know why I do this every time. I don't know. It does not roll off the tongue. Me and that quote do not go together real bad at all.
Man, hot shot. Sorry.
Man, watch
But
out.
yeah, take your arms in the bed. Thanks for listening.
All right, y'all. Have a good rest of your week. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.
What's up, world? It's your girl, Jazz.
It's your girl, DJ Miss Milan. And it's your girl, Jan Sneed. Thank you guys for tapping into another episode of the Reasonable Dialogue podcast. Thank you guys for tapping in every week and spending time with your favorite girls at the condo. We really, really appreciate the love you guys pour into us. And if you're rocking with the conversations, make sure you follow us on all socials. We are on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Reasonable Dialogue. And be sure to rate, subscribe, comment, like, tell a friend to tell a friend, and be sure to stay reasonable.